This is Late Night Lee Talks TV. I'm Late Night Lee and I talk reality TV dating shows such as The Never Ever Mets, Ready to Love, Married at First Sight, and I'll also be reviewing Summer House Martha's Vineyard. Now, let's get into episode 7, Flamingo on the Bluffs. A lot has been going on this season, and I kind of talked about the people who I feel like stood out. In my previous video, I did a video on Amir and Natalie and their dysfunctional relationship. And I also did a video on Jordan as well. And her, what seems to be jealousy, peeked through in regards to Jasmine. So don't forget to watch those videos if you haven't already. Now let's get into episode 7, Flamingo on the Bluff. So much has been going on. We saw in the previous episode that Summer pretty much went on a rampage, a drunken rampage. She pushed, not Shanice. She pushed Noelle. She was coming at Bria, saying, "Oh, that's why your man doesn't want you." She was acting like she was ready to throw hands on any and everybody. Just ridiculous. So this is now the aftermath of that. And I just want to say, before I forget, I do feel like Summer's behavior is unacceptable. Okay? Now, a lot of people have been saying Summer should be kicked out of the house because Mariah, pushed Bria and Mariah was kicked out of the house. But if you guys remember, or if you haven't seen, in the previous season, at the end of the season, actually, like the last day, Summer got into it with Bria about Simon. And her and Bria started fighting. And I feel like, I think they made up and all of that. But Bria is throwing a bitch fit about Mariah coming back in the house when Mariah just, kind of shoved towels and stuff at you, as opposed to Summer and her actually going to blows. And, that whole situation with Summer was glossed over, and now Summer is pretty much getting into it with everybody, giving attitude, and now going on drunken rampages. There should have been a house meeting to have Summer kick the hell off of this show, okay? But she's getting away with it, and I don't think that is fair. Now, she pretty much, she's talking to like Jasmine and Jordan Jordan had on a short hair wig. So I was like, okay. But they pretty much finally get over it. And they wake up the next morning and Nick goes off to run a 5K or to go run a marathon. And I thought that, the people not supporting him or, I feel like they just were not supportive. And that was not really fair. I think, by the time he got home, they could have, showed him some love. And, to me, running a marathon is amazing. I think we all would love to be one of those people who wake up at 5 a.m. to go run, but it ain't me. And hopefully one day it will be me. But I think that's amazing, for him to be doing so well. He came in 5th place. How awesome is that? 5th place out of 100. That's pretty freaking good. Okay? So I do think that them not supporting him was messed up, and they kind of glossed over that situation. The next day when he called them out on it, Noelle was saying, "Oh, did you see what happened last night?" Like, girl, nobody cares about Summer. I would pay Summer and her, rampage dust. We don't care that she can't hold her liquor and she acts crazy. Being drunk is not an excuse for your bad behavior. When you are over the age of 25, you know what liquor does to you. You know if you are a sloppy drunk. You know if you can hold your liquor. You know if you can't. And you need to regulate yourself accordingly. So it's not an excuse, and she should be kicked out of the house, point blank, period. But Noelle was just like, oh, we all had to deal with a lot of stuff last night. Like, no, ma'am, you chose to follow that lady around the house as if there isn't a whole production team that was following her around the house, a camera crew following her around the house and could have made sure she was good. If I was Noelle, I would have been like, you and your own, sis. But Noelle was trying to save her from herself. Noelle is a girl's girl. She's in a sorority. She's just trying to have Summer's back. She sees her friend spiraling and she's trying to be there for her. But, sometimes you have to leave people alone to their own devices. You cannot save them all. Don't save her. She don't want to be saved. J. Cole told you this, sis. Yeah, so let's see. Summer talks to people about it, and she's basically saying her issue is with Bria. But she never does have the conversation with Bria because she asks Bria if she wants to talk, and Bria is like, no. And I'm with Bria on that. I'm sorry. But no, I don't want to talk to you about what? Like, girl, you going on a damn apology tour? I don't want to talk to you. I don't blame Bria for not wanting to talk to her. She claims she doesn't remember throwing hands on Noelle. I do like that Noelle was straightforward and said to her, do you even like me? Are you even my friend? Like, that is the kind of bluntness that we need. And pretty much she says, Summer says that, she's jelly. She's jelly of the friendships that Noelle has with Bria and Shanice. And her clique with Preston and Jordan, she feels like is more heavy. Well, let's break this down. Jordan is losing her hair. She already said she was dealing with a lot, and she was not, I guess, in the best space, right? Preston lost his father when they first, his father's funeral was like the day after they first got in the house. These people have a lot going on. Now, Shanice has a lot going on as well. Shanice is being sued by her ex. Shanice lost her job, and she's struggling financially. But Shanice is someone who doesn't want to talk about those things. She said over and over, I want to have fun. I don't want to have those hard conversations. She's the girl that wants to walk around naked, party, drink, sleep with people, and she's the fun party girl. So, yeah, you're going to probably have a good fun relationship or friendship with her because that's just what she wants. Bria, she can be very kind of always getting into stuff. A lot of people find her to be very annoying and off-putting. And I think Noelle is she's fun. She's a good time as well. And Noelle, she seems like she's someone that can go someplace and fit in quite easily. I will say I really do like her as an addition on this show. And what we have seen a lot with Bravo shows, especially like housewife shows, it's hard for new people to come in and be liked. It's always some kind of drama they have with people, but it seems like Noelle has not chosen sides. Noelle is getting to know everyone and being friendly with everyone. So she's like one of those people, I think, that when you meet her, like, she immediately just thinks of you as her friend, and she's kind of cool with everybody. So Summer, she's jelly of that. She's jelly because her clique is going through some real life stuff, and what she considers to be the fun clique, I guess she feels a little left out. But a lot of people are saying, like, this is exactly what you guys have done to Jasmine. You guys left Jasmine out, and, maybe it's karma. Now, I will say, though, I love that Noelle, again, she was just very upfront. She had the conversation with Summer. Summer apologized. But Noelle said, she will pretty much remember this situation, and she's going to look at their friendship differently, as she should. Because this is not the first time. Summer is very slick with the mouth. When she's upset, she pops off. I don't care what you're going through. It's not okay to be mean and nasty to people who aren't being mean and nasty to you. And I don't think anyone in that house has really been mean or nasty to Summer. And she popping off. Anyway, enough on that. So Nick is getting the house ready because he's having his event, which is supposed to be a more classy, upscale event at the house. And he wants to clean up, of course, because his girlfriend Tasia is coming. Now I want to say, Tasia, gorgeous. I thought she was so cute. Did y'all catch that tea? That Nick said Tasia's sister's coming so she could have somebody, so she wouldn't be alone. I think he feels like the girls may kind of gang up on her or treat her funny. And I kind of feel like that is a good idea in a way. So, yeah, she has someone who will have her back. And even though that person technically should be Nick, but I think like he just, yeah, I caught that. I caught that. Did you guys catch that? You know, her sister's coming, and he specifically said, you know, so that she'll have another female, you know? I will say that Bria just refusing to help, and in the flashback showing that other people had helped her with her event, it was like, girl, see, that's why people just will not. She's just always fussy and like always getting into it. But I think that Bria, you know, makes for good reality TV. So the event happens. Well, first and foremost, so we see Miss Natalie talking to Amir, and she tells Amir, you know, it's not really my vibe, it's not really my thing. Not saying, you know, I have an issue with the girls or anything, but it's just not my vibe. And a lot of people feel like it was very much giving microaggressions, very much giving, you know, y'all are not my people. Now, come to find out, you know, she said all of this the night before. However, when the night after the drama with Summer, Bria's telling her what happens, she's all interested in getting the tea and getting the information. That's her vibes. So you don't want to party and let loose with the girls, but you're here for, you know, the gossip and the drama. And then she went around telling other people in the house, well, Summer apparently did XYZ, and she said XYZ about her friendship with Jordan and Preston. And like, she seemed so happy and excited to talk about this drama. Did you guys catch that? She seemed really excited and into, you know, talking about everything that happened as if she was there to witness it. Had it been me, I would have said, I would have specifically said, I spoke to Bria, and this is what Bria told me happened. You should talk to Bria to get more information. I mean, she was relaying the story like she was there. And you specifically told Amir earlier how, you know, this wasn't your vibes, and, you know, you couldn't, you know, get with it. But the drama excites you. Like, okay. We're on to your game, Natalie. We're on to your game. And from the previews that we see of next week, it's going to get worse. Anyway, the party happens. Nick does his toast. He talks about the whole situation with his line brother passing away. His line number was number 5. His previous race, he finished in like 5 minutes and 55 seconds. This race, he ends in 5th place. I feel like, baby, those numbers coming, you know, that means something. And I feel like it's symbolic, and I'm glad that he used that opportunity to just, you know, give a shout out to his late brother, who he said passed away from drowning, even though he was an avid, skilled and experienced swimmer. So like that's so crazy. It's really hard when people your age, in your age range, people that you went to high school and college with, you see pass away. I experienced 2 people in my high school class that passed away in the past few years, and early 30s, and I'm just like, what? Like, I don't want to get too nosy and find out what and ask too many questions. And these aren't people that I was actually really close to, but these are people that I maybe would have talked to in class or in passing. But it's sad when young people, just randomly pass away, and you're just like, man, So to experience, your close line brother, because, for people who don't know, when you are in a sorority or a fraternity, the people who you, it's kind of like a class, people who you cross the line with, and you get into the sorority or the fraternity with, you have a close bond with that group of people because you guys actually pledged together and you went through the same things together and you entered the sorority or fraternity at the same time. So those are the people that you are closest with, when it comes to, even being in school and college and then doing any like activities with your fraternity or sorority. So, and I know that like a lot of people in fraternities and sororities, their line members who they pledge with, they, stay in touch. So they remain they remain a good close-knit friend group for the most part. So I'm sure, his line brother passing was probably like within the same age range as he is. I'm sure that hurt him. So yeah, they also do like a quick summary of the Divine Nine, all of the Black sororities and fraternities. So that little history lesson was cool for people who don't know. I will say I did go to HBCU, and experiencing Greek life at a HBCU is it's an experience. It really is, and it's a great one. So that happens. Nick, gives that speech. Amir, I could certainly see Amir as a capper. Amir was acting like he wanted to go ahead and shimmy. They show you, them doing their little dance and stepping a little bit and having a good time. The party seemed like it was jumping because, we saw Noel twerking. And, one of the ladies that shows up, her name is Destiny. I believe she's like a friend of somebody. Now, Destiny was on Love Island, USA, season 5. And I could not stand Destiny. Destiny, oh my God. So Destiny was on Love Island. And if you didn't watch Love Island is pretty much, they put single women, single men in a villa in Fiji, I believe it was. And they couple them off, and if they work out, they may choose to stay coupled up, or they may choose to break their couple. But whoever is uncoupled and left single can be voted off the island, and America chooses who their favorite couple is. Now, Destiny was not my favorite because Destiny was matched with like 5 different men. And all of them, like after day 1 or day 2 with her, were like, nah, we're good. Like, it's not working. And I was like, girl, all these men can't be the problem. It's got to be you. But she was able to stay on the show. Like, she's one of those people who like, how did you stay on this show? But she was able to stay on the show. And I think because Black women went up for her, But I just was like, girl, she was getting into it too much with people. And I was like, all right, now, come on now. You can't be matching with like 5 different people and it's still not working out. Like, girl, you might be the problem. But anyway, I wasn't a big fan of Destiny, but a lot of people did go up for Destiny, but it wasn't me. She had on, Amir thought Destiny was Jordan because their hair was similar and a lot of people were wearing white dresses. So he makes a comment while he's with Natalie and he says, oh, is that Jordan? It wasn't Jordan, it was Destiny. Now, Natalie gets upset. And in Natalie's mind, this is what I think she thought. Now, you guys know that meme, right? Of the white guy who is holding hands and walking down the street with the white woman, but he turns around and makes a face like, whoo, to another woman. Like he's checking out another woman while he's with his woman and holding hands. That meme is what I think Natalie was feeling. Like, how dare you? Like, I don't know, like when he said, is that Jordan? She probably thought that Amir was in a way like checking her out. But it could have been like maybe he was looking for her or wanted to tell her something, or you know what I mean? But he realizes that she's upset and he's like, well, babe, I was just asking if that was her, you know? She has like 5 different wigs. I thought she changed her wig or something. And Natalie, girl, you are mic'd up. You are on national television sweating over a woman who don't want your man. Make it make sense, girl. Make it make sense. Jordan said several times last season she did not want Amir. She's not interested in Amir. She is not. No woman in that house is interested in Amir. Not now. Woman in that house is interested in Amir. Why are you threatened? And then why are you letting your slip show? You're on national television on Bravo, girl. On Bravo. And you sweating. If she was smart, what she would be doing is hanging out with the ladies, especially when they get drunk. She should stay sober. But when ladies get drunk, hang out with them and get whatever tea you want to get. Ask whatever questions you want to ask, because keep your friends close and your enemies even closer. And she clearly isn't cool with the ladies in real life. And, other YouTubers have mentioned they feel like Amir and Natalie would not be hanging out with this group of people if it wasn't for the Bravo cameras. And I agree 100%. I don't think that Amir, or especially not Natalie, would be hanging out with this group of Black people if it weren't for this show being on Bravo. If this show was on BET, they wouldn't be here. If this show was on BET Plus, they wouldn't be here. But because the show is on Bravo, I feel like that's why they are there, especially Natalie. And she is letting her slip show and letting the entire world know that she is insecure and jealous of a woman who does not want her man. And she comes across, some people would say, like an elitist. Because remember, she had to tell us that she does listings for $1 million homes. And what Amir makes in a year, she makes in a month. And Jordan now, remember, Jordan said that she lives on Park Avenue. When she was talking about how Summer was acting all loose in front of her apartment building on, Park Avenue. And if you don't know, honey, Park Avenue in New York City, that's where the real money is at. Celebrities live on Park Avenue, and that's big money, okay? And if Jordan can afford to live there, I'm like, okay, what you do, Jordan? Jordan making money, okay? So maybe Natalie feels threatened by that. Like she is around, like Jordan may have that real money. Jordan was on Winter House as well. I think Amir might privately say things to show his admiration or his strong like for Jordan. And Natalie is jelly. Big time. But yeah, she's doing way too much. Now, I want to talk about the situation with Simon. Simon puts on a flamingo costume and he thinks he's being funny. Some people feel like he's insecure and he wants the spotlight on him. I don't think that. I think that he is someone who gets white boy wasted. Did you guys see when he was pouring? I'm not somebody who does a lot of drinking, but he had a big old clear bottle. And it looked like it could have been vodka or Grey Goose or something he was pouring in his cup. He was knocking them back. And I think that he gets white boy wasted and acts like he's someone in their early 20s in a frat house. That's how he likes to have fun. And I think that he wanted to have a good time and wanted to just, he's someone who does the funny, what he considers or thinks to be funny or fun thing. I think that that's how he is. Last season, we saw him jump into a pool when nobody else is in the pool. That's what he does when he's wasted. I don't think he has ill intent or he is jealous in any way. I think that he's somebody who wants to do something fun and crazy at parties when he's drunk and having a good time. And unfortunately, what people of one race, what they do and what another race may do is a bit different. He gets a white boy wasted and he does things that he thinks is funny, and it's not funny to the black people, pretty much. And instead of Bria immediately, trying to get him to leave, it seems as though she complains to everybody else. She sulks for a second in a corner, and then she tries to take him away. And like, if you don't leave, I'm going to break up with you and we're done. We're going to be over. And it's like, girl, you're doing way too much. You're doing way too much. You could have simply went over to him and said, Nick is unhappy. Nick is mad that you're in this costume. This is not the time and the place. You need to change. Or you've had too much. Come on, let's go to the bedroom. And let's call it a night. Like, she's just so dramatic. But see, me, I can be on reality TV because I'm just not going to give them the dramatics that they want. I'm just not going to do it. And Bria, she's very dramatic as opposed to handling the situation a little bit more rationally. And I think you have to try to be the rational one when you're dealing with someone who is clearly wasted, because they are not 100%, I think, being themselves. And let me know what you guys think. Do you think that Simon's insecure and was trying to get the spotlight on him? Or do you think that this is just how Simon is? Simon gets super duper wasted. Simon wants to have fun. And he goes a little bit too far. And his idea of fun is not everyone else's idea of fun. Or what he thinks is cool and funny is not what black people think is cool and funny. Yeah. Next week, we see that Natalie is going to bring the gossip about Nick being handsy with the women. she's going to go and talk about it and I guess bring it to Tasia. And it's like, girl, who the hell are you? You are not a member of this house. You are not, like, it is not up to you to tell this story. You miss, that's not my vibes. And, you know, I just don't vibe with them like that. Like, girl, you are not the one that needs to be telling this story. And it's going to cause some problems, evidently, for Nick. Man, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what happens next week. I'll certainly go ahead and review it. Comment down below your thoughts on this episode. If you comment, I will comment back. I do appreciate the love and support. Don't forget to like the video, become a subscriber, and support the channel. Thank you for watching. This is Late Nally Talks TV. I'm Late Nally, and I'm signing out.